It was the very last night of the year, New Year's Eve, a dreadfully cold night, with snow swirling everywhere. Along the dark icy street shuffled a tiny poor girl, the little match girl, completely alone and shivering. She was bareheaded and barefoot. The oversized slippers she had worn from home had long since been lost to the street, one crushed by a carriage and the other stolen by a mischievous boy. Her small feet were now a painful blue, and in her old apron she carried a thick bundle of matchsticks, hoping desperately to sell them. All day long, not a single person had bought a match or given her a penny, and now she was weak with cold and hunger. The beautiful warm lights and the savory smell of roast goose from the brightly lit windows only made her feel more miserable. She finally collapsed into a corner between two tall houses, pulling her numb feet underneath her, but she grew colder and colder. Going home was not an option, because her father would be furious and hit her if she returned without money, and their leaky attic was scarcely warmer than the street. Her little hands were nearly frozen, and the thought came to her, just one match, just to warm my fingers for a second. She slid out a single match and scratch. The flame burst into a warm, bright light, and in its wonderful glow, the cold wall disappeared. She imagined she was sitting in front of a giant iron stove with polished brass feet. The fire roared happily, giving off the most delicious heat. She stretched out her cold feet to warm them, but just then the match went out, and the glorious stove instantly vanished, leaving only the biting cold. Quickly, she struck a second match. Scratch. The light shone, and through the wall she now saw a dining room with a table set with a sparkling white cloth, upon which sat a magnificent roast goose stuffed with apples and plums. Amazingly, the roast goose jumped right off the platter, the fork and knife still in its back, and waddled toward her. But whoosh! The match failed, and the thick, cold wall was all she could see. She lit a third match. Scratch. She was suddenly sitting beneath the most splendid Christmas tree, taller and more beautiful than any in the shop windows. Thousands of bright candles glowed on the green branches, and colorful pictures of toys smiled down at her. She reached out her hands in wonder, and whoosh! The match went out, the candles soaring up high to become shimmering stars in the sky. As she watched, one star shot across the darkness, leaving a trail of light. Her grandmother, the only person who had ever been kind to her, had told her that a falling star meant a soul was going up to God. Overwhelmed, she struck a fourth match. Scratch. In the brilliant light, her beloved grandmother appeared, looking huge, gentle, and beautiful. "Grandma," cried the little girl, "please take me with you. I know you will disappear when the match goes out, just like the warm stove and the Christmas tree." In a rush of love and fear, the little girl struck the rest of the entire bundle against the wall, making a blaze brighter than the noon sun. In that glorious, blinding light, her grandmother smiled gently, took the little match girl into her arms, and together they soared high up into the sky, away from the cold, away from the hunger, to a place of perfect warmth and happiness with God. The next morning, New Year's Day, the sun rose on the small corner. People found the little match girl sitting there, leaning against the wall, with rosy cheeks and a gentle smile on her lips, frozen to death in the cold of the night. She sat surrounded by the charred remains of her matches, one whole bundle having been used. She was trying to warm herself, the passers-by said, but no one knew the beautiful visions she had seen, or how happily she had entered the new year with her dear grandmother.